As many as 200 million females are missing because of gendercide, according to It's a Girl documentary on this moral topic. Gendercide is the systematic killing of a specific gender. This is a sad problem for women and daughters in India and China and other regions of Southeast Asia. Girls are being murdered through abortions, infanticide, and neglect as unborn babies or infants, often against the mother's wishes, are being murdered. These atrocities are increasing, drastically causing an imbalance in gender ratios and claiming innocent lives and oppressing mothers, just by matter of a baby's natural gender. This is a human rights issue. An unveiling light needs to shine over these evils, and an international awareness must come for change to be possible. These mothers and children need our help. As many as 200 million girls are missing, according to a United Nations report. In India, girls are being discriminated against because of a culture that celebrates sons over daughters. The dowry system has greatly contributed to this stigma, as parents must supply finances for their daughters' husbands through the dowry system. And if the daughter stays at home, the parents must financially support her. When a son is born, parents recognize his birth as a hope for the future security of their lineage and will take care of the family matters and parents when they are older. When the sons marry, they receive a dowry from the woman's family, whom they marry. Elizabeth Vargas, an ABC anchor, traveled to report on the matter of gendercide in India that is largely impacting the country. She even found a village called the Village of No Woman, a town almost vacant of women and carries one of the lowest sex ratios on earth, according to the ABC News, India's Deadly Secret video. This is startling. Not only did the reporter have trouble finding the presence of women, but this is an issue that has led to the ban on ultrasounds to find out the sex of a child or an abortion based on the child's gender. Even so, this problem has not been solved, as babies are still being murdered or aborted behind private doors. According to a New York Times piece, few medical practitioners who continue to perform these things were actually prosecuted, and private health care providers are scarcely regulated. The number of girls being aborted is increasing and may have reached 12 million, with a lower estimate of 4 million over the last 3 decades, said lead article author Professor Pahap Jha at the Center for Global Health Research in Toronto, Canada. The logic is families are saying if nature gives us a first boy, then we don't do anything. But if nature gives us a first girl, then perhaps we would consider ultrasound testing and selective abortion for the subsequent children, he said. This is a problem. Gendercide is also a problem in China, where it is caused by its one-child policy. This policy came into effect in 1979 by the communist nation to control and help decrease its overpopulation. This is strictly enforced in urban areas, which contributes to over 51% of China's population. In the rural parts, families can apply for a second child if their firstborn is a girl. This is largely because families want men who can carry on the family's legacy. Women who are found to have broken this law will result in forced sterilization or forced abortion of the child. The number of victims exceeds the number of deaths in World War II and World War I combined, according to It's a Girl documentary. It surpasses the number of people killed in all genocides of the 20th century combined, and it has eliminated more people than HIV or AIDS or the Great Flu epidemic of the early 20th century, according to the documentary. Women's Rights Without Frontiers' Reggie Littlejohn founded the grassroots organization to help aid women afflicted by the one-child policy and bring awareness to bring an end to the forced abortions and forced sterilizations. She said, "The coercive enforcement of China's one-child policy causes more violence against women and girls than in any other official policy on earth, and any other official policy in the history of the world. Forced abortion up to the 9th month of pregnancy is official government rape. Forced sterilization and infanticide are crimes against humanity." In these two countries combined, the annual number of sex-selective abortions of girls is higher than the number of girls born each year in the United States. Discarding India and China's discrimination to girls is not simple, but its root cause for the abortions that happen. India's laws to end sex selection are not being strictly enforced, and China's one-child policy is being too forced. That is why awareness is our best option to help aid these women. We can support organizations like Women's Rights Without Frontiers, who petition world leaders and support women who are threatened with sex-selective abortions. Invisible Girl Project also accepts donations for orphans to receive education and basic necessities like shelter and food. We all need to help spread this awareness and put an end to this massive problem that is ripping apart the basic principle of life from our sisters in India and China.